flip it.
All right, folks, welcome to Wednesday night here on the IWM Broadcast Network. We have got the IWM Cup Series at New Hampshire. I'm here in the booth, Rick Souza, along with Jeff Nini tonight, filling in for Noah Evans, who was not able to make it. We are looking forward to some fun racing here, Jeff.
Yeah, for sure. It's another short track, so here we go. Let's see what we can get tonight, but it's going to be fun.
Right now, practice is finishing up. I think about 4 minutes of practice to go here. And then we'll go right into qualifying, and then we'll jump into the start of tonight's event. Let's bring up the best time so far we've seen. So far, Walker Thomas has kind of put himself right up there at the top, along with Jordan Weaver, a couple of balls out racing drivers, and then right beneath them, you've got Jeremy Brown with Elite Motorsports, and then Calvin Allison, and then Casey Herschel, both with Misfit Mafia, both the top 5.
Yeah, they've got some good speeds tonight, too. 29.315. Oh, just had a brand new fast lap, 28.128 from JR Houston. That's saw some activity there on the track that I don't really wanted to see. But JR Houston with Misfit Mafia Racing throwing down a really fast lap. Then went into the pits and probably got some new tires to try again, see if he can even beat that mark. Still got a little bit of time. Yeah,
that's a smoking time, that 28:13. So as this, let's see if we bring up some weather information here. Right now we're looking, this is practice. Track is super hot. It's 104 degrees. Air temp is 72. Humidity is nice. It's right now we're kind of where you want it to be, around 61%. So weather looks good for the race.
Yeah, it should be really good. That's a nice cool air temperature, but the track still holding that heat from the afternoon sun, I guess.
Yep, it's going to be super challenging for these drivers if that stays hot during the racing session. So.
Yeah, that'll make the exit to turn 2 and turn 4 pretty slick. And we were seeing it already in some of the practice runs, guys having difficulty being too loose off the corner. We were talking about JR Houston a minute ago going back out to try for another fast lap, but unfortunately he got taken out right after he came off pit road. Somebody got loose coming off 2 and T-boned him, so he had to go back and get repairs done, get a new car. One of the nice things about iRacing is during practice, unlike in the real world, you can wreck your car, go back to the pits, get a brand new car. So having an accident in practice is more like an education than it is a problem. Right. So these guys, it's not unusual to see them really push the limits and find out where is that edge when it comes to grip on this racetrack.
Well, right now they're practicing away here with just about a minute left with practice. Let's cover where we stand points-wise right now with really just this race and next week at Daytona left here on the in the IWM Cup Series. Kyle Smalley sits at the top of the leaderboard. He is more than safe. He's up there with about a 73-point lead over his teammate Walker Thomas.
Yeah. You got Jared Wishon there in 3rd place. Now there's a big jump between Walker and Jared, but these top 16 drivers that you see there on your screen right now, all in the hunt, plus 17th and 18th, maybe on the outside looking in, but they are definitely close enough to strike tonight in this race.
Yeah, right now everybody is safe and has already punched their ticket into the chase. As far down as 12th with JR Houston. So JR Houston is kind of like he's good to go for the chase. Now beneath them, Casey Herschel, Jordan Weaver, Aaron Jackson, and Roberto Ramirez. They are all on the cut line. They're still right now. Roberto Ramirez is right there in 16th, and Ty Bosick is right there as well. Is Ty racing tonight? He
I didn't
is.
see his
No, he is
name.
not.
No,
So so that's good for JR. That's good for Roberto Ramirez. The people right there behind him, who are just outside of striking distance, may not be competing. But right, also we do have Calvin. Well, is Calvin racing tonight either? A number of drivers are not able to make tonight's event, so we'll see how it goes. But right now, for sure, those drivers who are right there at positions 13 through
no.
16, they're looking to better themselves and get ready for next week.
Yep. Yep. Too bad for those guys that can't make it tonight, and that's unfortunate thing. We all have life happening even while we're racing, and sometimes family commitments or work commitments get in the way, and it makes it tough when you're a competitor and you really want to be out there fighting for your position.
All right, qualifying is underway. Maxwell Caldwell is currently on track.
Driver of the 94 out of Murray, Kentucky, down in that neighborhood with Kansas Speedway, or with Kentucky Speedway. Don't see a lap time for him yet, but we've got a few guys putting
There we
in.
go. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Decent laps. Just about half the field has qualified. Right now, Andrew Paleschi has just laid down the fastest lap. We have two guys with 29.4. Andrew in that 91 machine just edged out Matthew Wood by about 1/100th of a second. So that's really, really close.
Yep.
That's faster than you can blink your eye.
Got a few other drivers who are working their way around. That Walker Thomas here getting his lap in.
Yeah, Walker Thomas driving that #1 Toyota for Balls Out Racing. Let's see there. Yeah,
Yep.
respectable time.
Yeah, that's his first
right
lap.
now.
This second lap should be even better.
Broke the 30-second mark by a mile, 29.4.
Just really the best lap for the second, third, and fourth is a 29.43. They're all they're having to go out to 1,000th of a second to figure that out. And there he goes, just like that. He's on top of the leaderboard.
Wow, great second lap, 29.4, almost even, 0.03 over. But man, the top of the field is really tight. You go back 10 spots, 11 spots within a half second. Or excuse me, within a 10th of a second of each other.
Watching Christopher Howell now on track.
That number 41 Chevy Camaro.
See if he improves his position. He does by a couple of spots. He's now up to 14th.
Yep. 29.68. Good run for Christopher Howell. Puts him almost to the middle of the field.
Yeah, this is Zach Lindgren right now on track. See if he's right now he's just getting his warm-up lap in. All right.
One of the beautiful things about iRacing is you see these guys, Zach Lindgren from New Mexico. We've got drivers from several different states, and I don't think he's running tonight, but we have a Canadian driver that runs in this league as well.
Yep.
guys that you would never cross paths with otherwise. Oh. Ooh, little wall contact there for Zach Lindgren. So he stops at the start-finish line.
He gets a chance to try it again, but he may be out of time. That's it. Qualifying is over.
Yep. iRacing will now calculate who we've got where. We'll bring that to you as soon as it's official.
All right. We are beginning to grid up. And we have a grid. Let's bring that to you.
There we go. Walker Thomas with the pole position. Great run by Walker. Alongside him, Andrew Pileski. P2.
Yep.
Pileski, row 2. We've got Matthew Wood in the 21 car. Brian Jones in the 4. Coming up in row 3, we've got the 17 with Aaron Jackson. The 20 with J.R. Houston. Position 7 in row 4 is KC Heschel alongside Justin Lewis. Coming up row 5, we've got Brad Peters in P9 and Jeremy Brown in the 46 in P10.
All right, in P11, you've got Maxwell Caldwell to the outside, Jordan Weaver in row 7. You've got Jared Wishin and Christopher Howell. Row 8 brings us Michael Anthony and Roberto Ramirez. In row 9, you've got Zach Lindgren and Nathan Yarnell. Row 10, we've got John Ledger and Calvin Allison. And rounding out our field, you've got Ty LeClaire and David Watts. And rounding out the field, Aiden Kirker back in P23. All right, that's our field for tonight's race. Let's quickly recap exactly what we're looking at tonight. Again, we're at Loudon, New Hampshire for the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's just about 1 mile, very flat track. Not a whole lot of banking here. Weather is relatively clear and beautiful. It's 73-degree air temp. Track is still hot at 104. They got 3 more sets of tires in the pits for this event. 75% fuel. There is a stage at lap 45. Keys to the race, we're going to hit this quickly. We think it's going to be fuel mileage, qualify well, which they've already done, and taking care of their tires. 151 laps. We'll see that fuel window play somewhere between lap 55 and 65.
So fuel window will take them a little further. Then let's see. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not. Sorry. That's my bad. I get twisted around. I was all set up for Daytona tonight.
Well, the stage is 45. They should have 55 laps in there, but that's based on just our raw calculations. We'll see how that all goes with mileage and how they actually will execute. That all is up to them. So Walker Thomas is on top. He's about to get us underway here. And the green flag flies here at New Hampshire.
Good start there by Walker Thomas. Leads the field down into turn 1, going on into turn 2, taking the high line. Pretty organized field of cars as they come through there. Now they start to move around a little on the backstretch. Everybody looking for that best angle to the line they're most comfortable with. You see that 17 car dropping really, really low.
Yeah, that's Jared Wishing. He dropped right down on the apron. Had a good run, probably didn't want to lose it, but definitely a little bit challenging down there on that apron.
Yeah, pretty safe restart by these guys. You'll see as the night goes on that as we get later in the race, those restarts will get a little more action going. Guys realize that that's a great time to make a pass, and they're fighting for every position they can get tonight.
See Matthew Wood there, able to take into that second place position. He improved a little bit. Andrew Pileski put up a smoking time and a 29.72. Probably need to put on our action alerts here.
That's interesting. Lap 3 was every driver's fastest lap of the race. We have two guys. The guys in position 1 and 2, Walker Thomas, Brian Jones, were tied with the fastest lap. Brian Jones just took the fastest lap on that last lap there. And several guys still increasing their speed ever so slightly every lap. We've got half the field at lap.
Caution's out. Brad Peters, 67, just spun.
That's a funny place to spin too, because he was already clear of the corner. I didn't see how that happened.
Watching that black and white 67 right there. Diecast fans. Let's get a different.
He swerved. Somebody, I think, hit the wall maybe in front of him. Did he swerve to go around them at that point?
Just got a little bit loose, and then got a little bit of help from the 49.
Yep. Tough break for him.
Yep. A couple of drivers on pit road: Michael Anthony, John Ledger, David Watts, and Brad Peters.
Yep, all guys running at the back of the field right at the moment due to that pit stop. Great place to just top off your tank. You're sitting towards the back and take a little fuel. Make sure you've got enough to make it through this first stage. And now those guys will come out and try to make their way up towards the front. Let's see how successful they become. Walker Thomas still leading the race in that number 1 Toyota, followed by Brian Jones, Matthew Wood, Andrew Pileshi, and Justin Lewis make up the top 5 so far.
All right, got some good laps in there to start this race, but now we'll go back to a restart. Now on this restart, two things happen. One, the whoever was leading when that caution flew will get lane choice. He can choose to be the inside or the outside. And then the value is that this race starts on him in that restart zone. So always an advantage, especially at these short tracks.
I'm wondering if we're seeing guys trying to save tires already, because they're the leaders. Fast laps are 2 to 3 tenths off their qualifying speed. So that tells me that they're holding back just a little bit.
A little conservative there.
Yeah. But that's not a bad decision by any means. Pace car is off.
Into the Echo Park restart zone, and boom, we're back underway here. Walker Thomas leads this race, and side by side is Matthew Wood and Brian Jones, and then Matthew Wood does slip up, but the 4 car of Brian Jones has got a little bit of a run on that outside.
He's trying to make that outside line work. Let's see if his momentum is enough. He's got a little bit of an edge coming off the corner there.
And he does. He drops down and gets in front.
Good pass by Brian Jones to move him up into the 2nd spot.
Right there, you see now Justin Lewis in that number 7 car finds his way to the inside. He's got Andrew Pileshi to the outside there, battling. That's for P4.
Starting to spread out. You can see in that shot right there. No big battles, except right there, third and fourth. You got another little battle going on between Matthew Wood and Justin Lewis.
Yeah, a little bit farther back, I think that's Zach Lindgren right there with Casey Herschel. The 33 of that's Tyler Clare is side by side. So we're back here. These guys are battling for 10 through 15 here. They're still trying to make it work.
Yeah, Tyler Clare is up 9 spots already in this race. I mean, we're only 11 laps in. That's almost a position per lap. So good run so far by Tyler Clare, trying to make his way up into the top 10.
Yeah, good run for him. Also, Zach Lindgren up 6, Christopher Howell up 5, and Justin Lewis up 4. Jeremy Brown plus 3. Those are our biggest gainers so far tonight.
Yeah, biggest loser right now, Brad Peters. Fortunately for him, it's still early in the race, but he's down 11 positions right now.
Yeah, that little bit of that spin and that contact cost him a lot. Yeah.
Yep. Put him towards the back or at the back, and just having a slow slog to make his way back up there again. Had a good qualifying run, but we'll see how Brad does in working his way back to the front.
All right, Walker Thomas continues to lead. Brian Jones in second, with Matthew Wood in third, Justin Lewis in fourth, and Andrew Palesci is there in fifth.
Good race so far, guys. Keeping it clean, keeping it organized. Nobody pushing too hard yet, but still many laps to go. We're on lap 14 of 45 in this first stage. So still a lot of racing to go yet, but the leaders have pretty much sorted things out, and they're running along right now. Not too many battles going on, but some good racing nonetheless.
All right, taking a little bit look back. Matthew Wood's back there with Justin Lewis battling there. That is for fourth. Andrew Palesci all by himself in that, and then right behind you've got a good battle right there with the 20 of J.R. Houston and the 46 of Jeremy Brown.
Yeah, those guys running neck and neck, only about 1/10 of a second between them. So that's a battle that I think we're going to see continue for a while. Their lap speeds very similar. Running side by side, you can see them coming down the backstretch and going into turn 3. Ooh, 20 got just a little loose on entry.
Yeah, he sure did. I think we're going to see that now. I know as again, this is a flat track. There's a lot of lateral stress that's put on these tires, and we'll have to keep an eye out for that, because that's certainly what we can and have seen so far.
Rick, you mentioned it at the beginning in our keys to the race, the importance of tires, and you're absolutely right. On a flat track like this, the strain on those tires is just incredible. They want to slide up the track, slide towards that outside wall. It wears the tires out. About the only thing you can do is lift early and brake hard, and because you want to get the best run on the exit to the corner. You want to be back to the gas as soon as you can, and then that's where, when the temperatures are hot, the back end of the car, when you get back to the gas, that back end wants to scoot out from under you. That's what they call a loose condition. When that car gets loose, a loose car is fast, but it's also loose, and the back end wants to go to the outside wall.
Take a ride along with Brian Jones here, just to see how he's handling this race. Oh, there's contact there. That was a 67. Oh, I'm sorry, the 85 of Zach Lindgren there.
Looks like everybody got through it unscathed, as long as there wasn't too much damage.
We're on board with Zach Lindgren here. So he's downshifting all the way down to 3.
Probably just up to 4th then.
Yeah, he's between 3 and 4, and he's definitely using that apron and that downshift to slow that car down.
Yeah, you've heard us talk before on some of the banked tracks about how when you get that front wheel down below the white line and onto the apron, it upsets the balance of the car because of the difference in banking between the apron and the track. Here on this flat track at New Hampshire, that's not as critical. The track is very flat, which makes the apron flat, and you don't get quite that upset, and drivers will use that sometimes to, like Rick mentioned, help slow the car down, but also to help it turn. Boy, close call there.
Yeah, a little contact between the 41 of Christopher Howell and Zach Lindgren in the 85. Those guys are battling pretty hard for a lap or two, and 85 is really making a charge. Now, that's a double-edged sword because right now we're about 23 laps in. We did have one caution, but you're going to take a lot of life out of these tires rather quickly here, and you've got to make it stay for that whole stage. Now, Zach is up 10 spots. He and Tyler Leclerc have gained the most spots so far, but I'm concerned for the 85 in that he is really wearing out his stuff quickly.
Yeah, and we'll probably see that late in the stage. He'll start dropping back as other guys that have taken care of their tires move forward. Right now, the only ones that are staying consistent in speed are Walker Thomas and Brian. Well, there's a couple more behind them, but really, they've lost close to a second, probably 0.7 of a second off of their best lap, and that just comes from tire wear. That's the bulk of the cause to that drop off in speed, and we'll probably see that continue to drop even more as we get closer to the end of this stage.
J.R. Houston's in the pits for an extended amount of time. Not really sure why, what's going on with J.R. We'll try to figure out what's happening there with that driver.
Yeah. We saw somebody make contact with the wall earlier. I don't know that it was him, but
yeah, I don't see a meatball flag or anything that would indicate damage on that car.
Yeah, but you're right. He's been in there over 2 minutes now, and that signifies damage that he's having to get repaired.
All right, up front, Walker Thomas continues to take a leisurely ride around here, putting down just a good conservative lap here. Brian Jones right there in second. See where the field is kind of stretched out here. Right now, the next car that potentially Walker Thomas will encounter in the lead will be the 54 of David Watts, who's the last car on the lead lap. It's about half a straightaway away before he'll deal with lap traffic. But really the first 5 or 6 cars are all good, and then you get back to this gaggle behind Zach Lindgren. You see the 88 of Calvin Allison diving down below the 41 of Christopher Howell, and then Tyler Leclerc and Aaron Jackson. Oh, caution's out. Roberto Ramirez involved. Roberto Ramirez, Jared Wish in that 17 we saw earlier, that was really aggressively trying to get out there. He unfortunately was involved as well. Let's try to figure out just what happened there. So you see that. Let's go over to Roberto Ramirez. I think he was. Oh no. He was actually later.
There we see it. Here's the 17 coming around. Doesn't think he had any help.
I don't think he did, but we'll take another look at it here. Yep,
Oops.
yep.
Yeah,
A
he
little
did.
bit of
Definitely did. 94 got into him. 17 probably just braked a little earlier than the 94 was expecting.
yep. There's a contact with the 25, and
Yep.
yep. So that's one of the things we didn't really talk about, as most of the field, not all, Jones, Lewis, Allison, Howell, and Yarnell did not come in.
The good news for Roberto Ramirez, he was in and out of the pits pretty quickly. If he stays out, then that means he didn't have very much damage. He was, it looked like he barely stopped. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. There we go. Now it changed.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
30-second, 27.8 pit stop. So, yeah, that was a little bit of damage that he had to have repaired. And that's the worst place to get damage in a lot of cases, is right there on the nose. So tough break for him. He was the one that we talked about early on, being on that cut line. So that's not good news for him to get shuffled to the back. There's the last pit stop info. You can see it right there. Brian Jones, Justin Lewis, Calvin Austin, Christopher Howell, and Nathan Yarnell did not stop. Everybody else that stopped took 4 tires.
Jeremy Brown took 2.
Oh, yeah, there. I didn't see that one.
All right, back to green flag here at New Hampshire with the IWM Cup Series. Out in front, Brian Jones. He was our control car on this restart. He's got Justin Lewis and Calvin Allison. Again, those drivers did not pit. They are on old tires, and that is sure to make these next laps very interesting here with 14 to go.
Yeah, Walker Thomas has already moved up 2 spots.
Oh, yeah, there's a slowdown on the outside there.
Yep. He was fortunate to be on the inside. He's up to 3rd spot already.
Yeah, we're starting 2 and 3 wide here.
Yeah. That was a gift for Walker Thomas. Well earned, well deserved gift, but smart choice on his part to pit and take tires, because everybody else followed him in, other than those first guys up front. And they are slowly going to the back. Walker Thomas is back to the lead already. Justin Lewis hanging on up there, but Andrew Paleschi and Zach Lindgren are going to try to make his life difficult.
Yeah, he's going to get a whole lot of pressure from those guys. And caution comes out again.
There's the back. Back into the field. Somebody spun around. I'm guessing it was Michael Anthony. Not certain on that. But,
yeah, he's in the pits. Let's see if that was the.
Oh, yeah, maybe it wasn't him.
Well, it may have been. He just let's try to see what that flag shows us. Yeah, I don't know. Looking through the field here to see what happened on this caution, on this. Looking around, I don't see. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's like the 17 again, possibly.
Yeah, 17 of Jared Wilson again. Tough break for him.
I don't know why the caution came out there. It just really just.
Yeah, no contact.
And he didn't stop.
No. He is in the pits now, though. And, he's been in there for a little bit of, 30-some seconds.
Oh, contact with the 94, which I think that was the driver who he was also involved with before. May have been a little bit of a, I don't know.
Methinks something happened there.
Yeah, methinks you are correct. Okay.
Yeah, the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, mixing it up there. Jared Wishon in the pits. Timing and scoring keeps changing their mind on how long he's been in there, but he is in the pits right now along with Michael Anthony for an extended time. He's been in there for 5 minutes or more.
Yeah, there's some damage. I'll try to get a better shot. Let's look at the 14 here. Let's see if we can get a closer shot. It looks like there's some damage. I just can't get a.
Yeah.
Just can't get a shot. Oh yeah, you can see some left front damage on that car. He must have hit the wall pretty hard.
Boy.
Yeah, that nose is completely collapsed.
And Michael Anthony, you see coming back onto the track there. He was in the pits for about 5.5 minutes, getting some major work done there. But 7 laps down, he finds himself now. Jared Wishon is still in the pits, just now exiting the pits. He's going to be a lap down, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be number of laps. All right, back to green flag racing here. Walker Thomas leads the field. That second row is going to be Andrew Palesci and Justin Lewis. Brian Jones is there as well, but farther back in fourth. Again, those drivers did not pit on that last restart, so they're at a grip disadvantage. So,
yeah. Walker Thomas proving himself to be the car to beat tonight so far. 38 laps into this race, only 8 to go in the stage, so this is a little bit of a sprint here. We'll see how these guys do. I expect that the stage break, we'll see most of them come back in to pit, although some of the guys towards the back may use this as an opportunity if they pitted back on lap 29 to jump a few spots by short pitting.
Big story so far is Zach Lindgren. He's up 14 spots. Calvin Allison up 13, but Lindgren up 14 spots here, putting himself in third.
Yeah, great run by Zach, that 85 Ford. Working his way up to the front, up in the top 3 right now. That's an excellent run for only just about to the end of the first stage.
Also, we're watching the 88 of Calvin Allison. He's sitting at 9th. He is up 11 spots tonight. So.
Yep. 10 spots for Ty Leclerc. We talked about him earlier, working his way up. He had jumped a little bit higher, but somehow during that, somewhere around that caution flag, probably just before that, dropped back a few. But still, he's just worked his way up to 9th. Good run for Ty as well.
We'll ride on board with, let's ride on board with Justin Lewis. This is a little bit of contact there. See the 7s there. He's got the 33 of Ty Leclerc right there. You see to his left is the 12 of Aaron Jackson. See him in his side mirror and now in his rear view.
Downshifts to third going into the corner there, and you'll see how long he's off the gas. Now he's back into it slowly. And that's one of the keys, I think, is you're coming off this corner exit. You can't goose it. The tendency is I got to get moving. I want to stomp on the pedal, but I've heard drivers talk about treating it like there's an egg under the throttle. you've got to just squeeze it back in, because these cars have so much power. You give it too much gas too soon, and that car's going to swap ends on you.
Well, the other thing to definitely consider is, this is a relatively flat, short track, just about a mile, and your corner entry and your braking zone is different than the next guy. So if you're right on his bumper, or you're right in his trunk, and you're entering into these corners, you got to be super careful to pace yourself to know that you've got to really pay attention to when he is braking, because it's going to be a challenge.
Yep. We saw drivers sometimes taking that shortcut and getting down onto the apron. One of the other things that does is if you've got nobody to your outside, it allows you more room so you can get back to the gas early and push your way up to that outside wall without having to have as much wheel in the car. The more wheel that's in the car, the more tendency to spin. The less wheel, the quicker you can get back to the gas. See Justin Lewis in that graph there.
Caution's out.
Oh, here we are. That's no, that's not the stage break, is it? Or is it?
It is. That is our stage.
Yep.
All right, so we think it's Thomas, Paleschi, Lindgren, Wood, Weaver, Brown, Leclerc, Jones, Jackson, and Peters. But wait, I just got the information, and we are correct. It was that. Walker Thomas wins the stage. Andrew Paleschi in second. Zach Lindgren in third. Matthew David Wood in fourth, with Jordan Weaver in fifth. Jeremy Brown in sixth, with Tyler Leclerc in seventh. Brian Jones in eighth. Aaron Jackson in ninth, and Brad Peters in 10th.
And you remember at the beginning of the race, we talked about the points leaders and how people were seated in the chase. These stage points make a big difference. You can see their stage wins. Kyle Smalley in first place right at the moment, our leader, 8 stage wins so far. He's got stage point 150 stage points. And then you look at somebody further down, they may have 40 or 50. But stage points can make a huge difference.
Yep.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So these guys are fighting to get the first 10 drivers in the stage get points. Starts out at 10 points for first place, 9 for second, and so on down to 1. And but every stage point matters. So you'll see guys working extremely hard to try to capture some stage points, and those 10 were the lucky guys that did.
So here at our fourth caution, everybody came in for tires and fuel. Well, I say that. I think Max Caldwell may have only come in for fuel.
Tyler Leclerc had a short stop too. So did Max Caldwell.
Yeah, so looking at our last pit stop info, Max Caldwell fuel only, as well as Brad Peters fuel only.
Yeah.
Everybody else, Tyler Leclerc, looks like he may have only taken 2 tires.
Okay.
But everybody else, 4 tires and fuel.
The right side tires take the brunt of the work, but that's a risky decision on their part, because I mean, you've got a long way to go unless he's banking on a quick caution.
Yeah, and for the first few laps where you've got fresh tires on the left or the right side, that car is really not balanced well.
Right. And he saved 2 seconds by going with 2 tires instead of 4. So I'm not sure exactly where that would put him if he would have taken 4, but we'll see how it works out for him. Tyler Leclerc, he's done a great job so far, up 10 spots still, and see if he can make it work with 2 tires.
So second half of the race is underway. Maxwell Caldwell out in front, but there's a lot of pressure right behind with Walker Thomas. but he picks
Yeah,
up at
Walker
least that 1 point for leading that lap.
Walker Thomas puts him back to second. Walker Thomas just taking control of this race after every restart. It's been just a great job by him tonight, putting on a clinic in the restarts.
Right now, Walker Thomas has led 44 out of the 51 laps completed here. Oh, spinning. That's the 85 of Zach Lindgren. Just talking about Zach before, and unfortunately, he goes around. You see also the 21 of Matthew Wood back there. I'm guessing both of those drivers were involved.
Looked like he may have kept it off the wall.
It's a little bit of a tap.
Contact, huh? Little bit. Man, on the entrance or the exit to the corner, just a tiny tap is enough. Yeah, both drivers able to keep it off the wall.
And really limited contact.
Yeah.
See 21 down under. He holds his line, and the 85 dropped down in front of him. I think it was just a racing incident.
Yeah, he thought he was clear, but didn't realize the 21 had a little bit of a run. 21 had gotten back to the throttle just a tad earlier, and boy, it doesn't take much.
Nope, not at all. All right. Well, we'll rack and stack and do this all over again. Walker Thomas back up to the front. He'll have Maxwell Caldwell to his... I'm guessing he'll take the inside line, so to the guess that puts Max on the outside.
See a few drivers, Jared Wishon, Roberto Ramirez, and Michael Anthony taking advantage of this caution to go into the pits, get a little more work done on their cars. They had been in incidents earlier in the race, and this is a good chance for them. They won't lose near as many laps getting work done under caution as if they had to do it under green. Now they're all back out on the track. Jared Wishon looks, well,
he's like the last car on the lead lap. He's racing to get back.
Yeah, he's raced back. That puts Roberto Ramirez 1 lap down. Should be able to get a lap back if there's another caution. He's 1 lap ahead of David Watts.
Yeah, David Watts just was the lucky dog that time by, got 1 lap back. So this race continues. Again, 54 laps complete here of our scheduled 151.
Our leader and pole sitter, Walker Thomas, currently is also holding the fastest lap of the race at a 29.49. So just dominating tonight in that number 1 Toyota. But there's several guys behind him: Maxwell Caldwell, Brad Peters, Andrew Palesci, Brian Jones. You've heard us talk about them all night as well. They do not want to see Walker Thomas walk away with this one.
Back underway here. Walker Thomas leads the field. Maxwell Caldwell in second. Brad Peters in third. Andrew Palesci in fourth. And Brian Jones back in fifth. Oh, spinning. The 4-car goes around. But he saves it. No caution flies.
Wow. How did they do that? All those guys missed him, and he kept it off the wall and kept it moving.
Yeah.
Great job by the number 4, Brian Jones. We were talking about him being in the leader, or being up in the lead in that top 5, but unfortunately that dropped him back to 17th.
Yep. The caution did not fly, but he probably will have to deal with those tires being a little bit flat spotted for a bit.
Yep. For some reason, that last lap we had about a half a dozen guys turn their fastest lap on that lap. Still not close to what Walker Thomas is running. His fast lap of 29, almost 29 and a half. But some guys putting up some good numbers this far into the race. 94 laps to go. That puts teammates Maxwell Caldwell and Andrew Pileshi in second and third, running pretty close together on the track. Walker Thomas has pulled out to a pretty good lead for a track like this. He's up about 3/4 of a second in front of those two drivers.
Looking back through the field, let's go back to fifth here with Jordan Weaver. He has got the 67 of Brad Peters on the outside. He just slipped underneath him to take over fourth spot. So right now you've got Balls Out Racing with Walker Thomas out in front. Let's go ahead and grab that team information.
There you see it. Walker Thomas in the number 1. Jordan Weaver in 4th spot. Michael Anthony in 21st. So a little bit of a spread there, but Walker Thomas and Jordan Weaver both with Balls Out Racing running up in the top 5.
And taking a look at Max Caldwell, who's currently in second with 1320 Enterprises. You've got Andrew Pileshi right there in third, and Justin Lewis in 8th. So good showing by the 1320 guys. A bit farther back, you've got Nathan Yarnell in 7th, and you got Jeremy Brown in 11th, Zach Leaker in 13th, Jared Wishon in 18th. Those guys are also having a good day.
Elite Motorsports drivers there, a 4-person team, 4-driver team.
All right, 62 laps complete.
Great shot there of that 33 car of Ty Leclerc, who we've talked about several times tonight. Using that apron to get that car to turn, to slow down, make the corner, and did it again right there. Just doing a good job. He's been using that line a lot tonight. Ooh, saw him get a little loose on the entrance. There he uses it again right there. Great camera work by our crew. Yeah, it's interesting. He stays up in the middle groove on the entrance to the corner and then picks up the apron on the exit. So let's see if he dives down. Yep, dives down, does it again. It's almost like what do they call that, diamonding the corner, where he goes in high and then cuts down sharply, which gives him the chance to get back to the gas really quickly. And if you get your car to make that diamond turn, that sharp angle, then that's one of the ways that Ty is making up time in that 33.
A little tight there with the 55. Kind of closed the door on that. Hit the back out of it a bit to avoid getting in trouble. Oh, but the 55 goes around. That's Nathan Yarnell. But we're still green.
He's still moving.
Gets it pointed back in the right direction after that little bobble.
Roberto Ramirez, one lap down back there, was hoping that was going to be a caution. He'd love to get that lap back.
Yep.
'67 there, Brad Peters, taking a little more of a high line.
See Matthew Wood trying to make his way back up to the front. He was involved in that incident with the 67. Or go back and take a look and see just.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of it though. He's worked his way back up to 8th, having a battle right now with Justin Lewis. over 8th position, but that seems to have it right at the moment anyway.
Zach Lindgren. He had an issue with Zach Lindgren, who both of them are doing well. Wood is broken back into top 10. He's currently in 8th, and Lindgren is in 11th. So both none worse for wear after that issue back on lap 51.
Yeah, sometimes in short track racing you get a little more beating and banging. You get these incidents, but guys that are really well versed in racing short tracks can make their way back up through the field, and we've seen it happen with several drivers tonight.
Back up front, Walker Thomas has got a little bit of a gap between him and the field. Not a lot, but a little bit of a gap. About 2 seconds ahead of Max Caldwell there in second, who has his hands full with Andrew Pileshi and the 33 of Tyler Leclerc, who's now come up.
Yep, Tyler Leclerc up 17 spots now. He just continues to work his way to the front. Just a great job by Ty this evening. And Walker Thomas, I said it earlier, but he's just been the class of the field. Look at that gap between he and second place, almost 2.5 seconds now. It seems effortless that he's just able to continue to pull away. Now he's out there in clean air all by himself, doesn't have to worry about a car that was inside or is outside. He can pick whatever line is comfortable for him, whatever line his car likes, and just continue to stretch it out. When he catches up the traffic, if we have a long enough run here, then it'll be interesting to see if the guys behind him can close that gap.
Well, Tyler Leclerc and Andrew Pileshi just worked their way by Max Caldwell to take over second and third place here as they try to chip away. But that battle has actually worked out to the benefit of Walker Thomas. Those guys battling there have actually increased the gap between himself and Pileshi. And every time that Tyler Leclerc jumps down onto that apron, our telemetry thinks he's headed to the pits.
Yeah.
Now the battle for second is underway with Leclerc now getting to the inside of Pileshi.
Yep. He's just making that lower line work so well. See him, he closes the deal there, moves in front of Pileshi. Trying to stretch it out a little bit. Getting that run off the corners has been good to him. Boy, he so close to the wall on exit there.
Quick update on our championship top 5. Well, Kyle Smalley is taking the day off today. He's not able to make tonight's race, but when you're leading the points, I think you're okay. You can skip a race.
Yeah.
But second place, Walker Thomas in points. He's currently leading. Wishin is in third in points, but he's back in P16. Matthew Wood is in fourth. And currently sitting in fifth right now with Pileshi is in, he's fifth in points, but sitting P3, so good for Andrew as we begin to wind down towards the chase.
Yeah, good run for most of the guys in the top 5 anyway. You see that 91 car there, Pileshi, that we just talked about. Having a good solid run tonight.
But really the talk is, for us, is what Tyler Leclerc up 19 spots, now solidly in second, as he tries to find a way to close that 2.79 second gap between himself and Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas did just looked like he lapped the car, but I don't see another car showing up as a lap down. Unless that was one of the guys that was already. Might have been J.R. Houston. I'm speculating there, but
I think that's the
Walker
54 of
Thomas.
David Watts.
Okay. Yeah, that puts David 3 laps down. You're right, he was 2, so put him another one down, which Roberto Ramirez loved that. Although he just went another lap down as well, so he's 2 laps down. David Watts is 3 laps down. Michael Anthony 7, and J.R. Houston 10. But Walker Thompson's, let's see, his gap. He was slipping away, but now he's back up again, almost 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's really just
Tyler Blair.
Yeah, got a great gap. So, and really just all clean air in front here. We talk about that. You hear us say clean air. It makes a world of difference with these cars. Just the way that these Gen 7 cars are with clean air, no disturbance in front. The car just runs so much better.
What happens when you're running in dirty air is you're getting buffeted. Your car's getting air or wind coming at it, sometimes from the left front corner, sometimes from the right, sometimes straight on, sometimes even from the rear if you have a strong breeze. And it just changes the way your car handles. These aren't perfect conditions. These are real world conditions. And so these guys, if you're back in traffic, like what most of these guys are, your car can be a handful at times.
Yeah, one of the new changes they made with this car obviously was all the aero, but one of the biggest pieces, if you look at the bottom of that 91 Andrew Paleschi right under the rear bumper, if you're not familiar with it, there's a diffuser that is right there that really helps to funnel the air out from under the car and to work it out. That gives great downforce. But the problem is, if you're behind that car, it has this what we call dirty air, and it really affects the handling.
I heard a driver today on NASCAR radio talking about how simulation cannot mimic what you feel in dirty air. So iRacing does a great job at trying to do that, but it's not exactly like what they would find in the races. But you still feel it in these cars when you're driving them. You still feel that air coming off the car in front of you or several cars in front of you. And it just kind of depends where you are on the track in relation to them, how close you are, different things like that. And these guys have to adapt to changing conditions. And those are the drivers that are really able to make up ground, are the guys that can adapt quickly to how their car's handling.
All right, we're past the halfway point, 84 laps in the books, just 68 laps to go. Doing a little math right now. If I say that we know that everybody came in at lap 47, we anticipate that they get about 62 or so laps on a fuel run. That puts them all coming in around lap 110. So about 25 laps from now, we should expect green flag pit stops if that is the case. Right now we look at Zach Lindgren. Let's look at his telemetry. He's got about a solid third of a tank of fuel left, so that kind of would make sense.
Yeah. The interesting thing will be if we get a caution soon, how many guys pit and how many guys stay out to try to make it to where they can split the stage as far as tires go.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting because we're talking about, we know that there's 65 laps to go. We know that they could get somewhere around 62 laps. So really the next stop is the money stop.
Yep. if guys were to pit right now, they would have to pit again for the end of the race. So it'd be interesting to see. I think we'll see different strategies.
No, I completely agree. And on top of that, because our times around here are just around 30 or so seconds, you can't come into the pits, get service, and leave without going a lap down. So it's a gamble to come in under green flag conditions. So I'm sure these drivers are going to wait until they have to come in.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. So it's going to be interesting to see how guys are managing their tires. We've got a few cars that are hitting the 30.3, 30.4 lap times right at the moment.
Yeah, and if you see that that bit of data that pops up that says that Justin Lewis is entering the pits or Tyler Leclerc is entering the pits, they're not. They're cutting that corner and fooling our telemetry right now, and that's throwing up that little bit of that tidbit of data there. But they're just cutting that corner just a little bit and fooling timing and touring.
I'm wondering when iRacing will start incorporating AI to figure things like that out. So if a driver does that move 4 or 5 times, then the AI will say, hey, you know what? I think he's doing that on purpose.
Quite possible.
Yeah. Technology is changing so much, and iRacing does such a good job at keeping up with the technology and just making this online racing simulation just top notch. So Walker Thomas still continuing to lead, still holding the fastest lap of the race. Nobody really coming close to him at all. His best lap was 29.5. His last lap was 30.5. So he's lost about a second off his fastest lap, but he is still pulling away from Tyler Leclerc, Matthew Wood, and the rest of the guys up there in the top 5.
Yeah, doing a great job.
Yeah, 3.5 second gap now. That's just continues to drive his line, drive his race, and make it pay off for him. He's not trying to bite off too much at any one time, just kind of whittling away and stretching that lead out just ever so slightly every single lap.
One of the things that the great equalizer will be if we do have to go to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to shake the order up a bit, I think. There's so much at play in the green flag pit stops. How fast you can make your entrance to pit road without crossing the line and speeding. How you get into your box determines, how quickly your crew can get those tires changed and get you filled up with gas. And then getting up to pit road speed limit immediately and getting the best run off of pit road that you can, all works together or can work against you in determining your position on the track as those green flag stops shake out.
Tyler Leclerc on pit road.
Interesting choice.
Yep, he's getting his pit stop hit.
Yeah, he has been working a different strategy from other guys all night long. You saw earlier he took 2 tires instead of 4.
Well, he's come in now, which says you got 56 laps to go. Absolutely no issue. Whoa, that was a 2-tire stop for Leclerc, so he got it full of fuel.
Oh, he changed all 4.
Did he really? Okay, I missed that.
I saw the left side go up, but
okay.
That was a very good quick pit stop for him.
Yep. Just about 10.32. Okay, a
Yeah.
full 4-tire stop for the 33, so he is in. Now, of course, that does put him back a lap or so down.
Yeah, that will all shake down soon. Looks like Nathan Yarnell must have pitted as well.
Justin Lewis as well, Brad Peters. Number of drivers now making it onto pit road. Brad Peters locked it up on entry, saw that puff of smoke from his tires, but he got it rode enough because there was no black flag for unsafe entry or too fast. So no speeding. So he's good. We're watching these drivers here get their service. Off they go again. So the news is that obviously with 53 or so laps to go, coming in now, getting a full tank of fuel and 4 tires, you're good to go. As we said earlier in the broadcast, we felt that service window was somewhere about 55 to 65 laps. So right now we're seeing the field begin to incrementally come in, get some green flag pit stops in the 85 of Zach Lindgren now on pit road, coming in for his final stop. See the right sides go up there. It's a 4-tire stop for him. Also in is Jordan Weaver.
You see guys like Ty Leclerc, who was the first to take that green flag pit stop. Now he's running laps that are 0.6 of a second faster than our leader, Walker Thomas. So Walker can't afford to stay out too much longer, or he's going to end up coming out behind Ty Leclerc, and that'll change the dynamic of this race.
Yeah, he's got 6 or so second advantage over second place Matthew Wood. Again, Wood and Allison, those 2 drivers, those guys have not come into the pits yet. You see Jeremy Brown, Chris Howell, and Aaron Jackson all in the pit. So only a handful of drivers have not made it onto pit road yet.
And you might ask the question, why are they staying out? Well, what they're doing by staying out is they're leaving fewer laps at the end of the race to run on this next new set of tires. So they're banking that they can keep up enough speed right now to gain a tire advantage in the next final sequence.
So you see right there, though, the 33 of Tyler Leclerc, he just got his lap back on fresh tires by passing Walker Thomas. So Walker Thomas, that should be an indicator for the one to say, okay, I've got to come in.
Yeah, he made that ground up pretty fast.
But, Walker just continues to, one thing we can't do is we don't know exactly what that strategy is that Walker Thomas is running here. That's between himself and his crew chief and how he's planning on running his race. He's run a fabulous race so far. Let's bring up that lap leader information. He has led 98 of the 105 laps of this race.
Wow. Yep, total control. He's making me nervous right now, though. You can see how much of a gap that Ty has put on him, Ty Leclerc, and it doesn't show it necessarily in the running order, but when Walker Thomas pits, he's going to come out behind Ty Leclerc, I think.
Well, our telemetry says he's got a little bit of fuel left in there, but here we go.
Yep. Makes his way onto pit road. You can see his fuel light is on, showing red down there.
Yeah, but Nathan Yarnell just got a meatball flag. Not sure what happened to the 55.
But no caution.
No caution. Yeah, he could have blown a tire.
Yeah.
That puts Calvin Allison out in the lead right now with Casey Herschel. Both of those drivers have yet to come in. They're due any moment.
Also still out there. Those are our top three are the only guys that have not pitted.
Yeah, Wishin's got a little bit extra. He pitted on lap 52. He's got about 5 more laps than these drivers, but you know, at this point with just 44 laps to go, you got to figure it may be time to come in.
Yeah, and Walker Thomas does come out of the pits right behind Ty Leclerc. He's only behind him by, looks like about 2.5 seconds, almost 3 seconds. So he's got a little bit of ground to make up, but I think he can do that. We'll see how their lap times compare once he's back up to speed.
Yeah, Tyler Clare's last lap was a 30.15. Walker Thomas a 29.6. So a half a second faster.
Yep. And Calvin Austin, KC Heschel, and Jared Wishin have got to be running on fumes about now. They've got 57 laps, 62 for Jared. So
Jared Wishin's in better shape, but both of those, all those drivers are running on empty.
Well, this is the first time we've really seen Walker Thomas challenged all night long, and unfortunately for him, it's by a guy that has climbed 18 spots in this race, and once these the pit sequences are done, then he's going to find himself the leader at this point. Walker Thomas still making up about a half a second per lap.
Calvin Allison now on pit road. So Casey Herschel.
I'm going to guess he pits this next lap.
Yeah, he's the last man standing.
Yep. Yeah, Walker Thomas just got that gap dipped below a second. So, and he's closing pretty fast on Ty Leclerc.
Yeah, he's got the 17 of Jared Wishin right there between himself and Ty Leclerc.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be slowing him down though. Yeah, still the same gap. So Walker Thomas making up ground in a hurry.
Yep. Casey Herschel's made his way onto pit road for his final stop, and that cycles through the bulk of these stops with this, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much going to do it. Number of drivers may be in a little bit of trouble later as this race continues. You see John Ledger, he pitted last on lap 92. But that will be a little closer, but for the most part.
Looks like most everybody can make it. But yeah, you're right. A few of them are going to be close.
I'm not sure about the telemetry of J.R. Houston. He should be out of, based on what our telemetry says, he pitted last on lap 42. But, you know, if I look at his telemetry, he's on beyond E. And I guess maybe he's coming in right now.
Okay. Yep.
But he has found a way to stretch a lot of fuel mileage out of that 20.
Well, I'll say. Be interesting to see how he does now in this last stretch, because he won't have to save tires. He won't have to save fuel.
I'll tell you, Tyler Leclerc is, he's got this battle happening behind him with the 1 and the 17. And but finally the 1 gets around, Walker Thomas gets around the 17 of Jared Wishon, who was a lap down.
Yeah, that slowed Walker Thomas up a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's not so much the time though. I think it's also the fact that he's using up the best part of his car, just pacing.
Yeah.
But here we go, challenge for the lead here with Walker Thomas looking to the inside of the 33 of Leclerc as they go door to door.
He gets a good run off of that turn 2 in the 33 car.
I thought Walker Thomas had it. There you go. Good power through there as these drivers are swapping the lead back and forth here. Is he clear enough? Yes, he is.
Yep.
Walker Thomas takes back over the lead here in New Hampshire with just 33 laps to go.
Good racecraft by all these drivers running up front.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Michael Anthony, but he's got some damage. I think he's called it a night that the 14 has retired. I think Tyler Leclerc has gone back to his previous way of getting around this track.
And Walker Thomas is going to stretch that lead out. He's up to 0.3 of a second per lap that he's besting Tyler Leclerc with only 32 laps to go. As long as he doesn't have any issues, and he didn't wear out his tires too badly in that battle with Matthew Wood.
Yeah, but he's already stretched it out. He's got 0.6 plus over Tyler Leclerc.
He just seems to be unbeatable tonight. Great run by Walker Thomas. Some other guys doing really well too. Zach Lindgren up 11 spots. Calvin Allison up 11 spots. Both those guys having a great night tonight. On the other end of the spectrum, J.R. Houston, not so good, finds himself 11 laps down, and he's lost 15 spots from the starting of the race. A few other guys, 7 laps down, 5 laps down, but seems to be quite a. The winners are winning big tonight.
Absolutely.
You see it right there. Tyler Leclerc, 19 spots. Calvin Allison, 12. Zach Lindgren, 11. David Watts, 3 spots they've gained. Justin Lewis, 3 spots. Good job by all those drivers bettering their starting position. Not so many tight battles anymore. We've got one, Andrew Pileshi, Justin Lewis, and Zach Lindgren running a pretty tight race back there, especially Justin Lewis and Zach Lindgren. Only about 1/10 of a second separating those two cars back in 5th and 6th. So good battle there to get into the top 5.
Yeah, solid.
Watch Walker Thomas there just continuing to make his way, continuing to stretch that lead.
27 laps to go, now at almost 2.5 second advantage over Tyler Leclerc. He's just found the way to get around this track, there's no doubt.
He really has. That's a 5-second swing from when he came out of the pits. So new tires are part of that, a big part of that early on. But after a while, that kind of balances it out. With somebody up against the wall there.
Yeah, that's the 17 of Jared Wishon. Now he makes his way down onto pit road. got in.
Could have had a tire go down, but yeah, he was running up against the wall for some reason.
He has got another set of tires in the pits. He chooses to use them. All right, Walker Thomas continues to lead here with just 25 laps to go here in New Hampshire in the Dollar Tree 151.
Yeah, Jared Wishon did some damage to that car. He's still in the pits now, so that's definitely more than tires. He's getting some work done. We'll see how quickly he can make his way back out. John Ledger, well, just as I was ready to say, he found himself in the lucky dog spot. Now it shows he's back on the lead lap. So, now he's back down.
Yeah.
Timing and scoring having identity crisis here. Yeah, he's the first car on the lead lap right now.
Yep, so caution does come out. John Leisure is the lucky dog candidate to get that lap back.
So Justin Lewis has fallen back a little bit in that battle with Zach Lindgren, but Zach Lindgren has tightened up the battle with Andrew Pileshi, who's
spinning behind. Someone just went around.
Whoa.
46, caution will come out here.
Bring it out.
Yeah, Jeremy Brown went around. He's burning down the house a bit there. So see if he went down on the apron, but he came right back up.
Somebody gets in the back of him. Yeah, that slowed him up enough. It looks like the 20 gave him a little tap after he had contact with the 7.
So he just kept continuing to come up the track and wound up in the door of the 7.
Yeah, and that slowed him up, and the 20 got into his bumper, and that's tough when you get down there. You're trying to keep it off the wall, and then it comes back around, and you're spinning up the track.
And facing the wrong way.
Yeah, and did the best thing possible. Just sit still right there and let those guys get around you.
Well, that brought out the caution here, and everybody is on pit road here.
20 laps to go.
Andrew Pileshi just gambled and put himself out in front.
We had 10 guys stay out, or 11 guys stay out. That's that's right. Nope.
No, I think everybody.
Yeah, those first 3 guys. Well, I don't know about Walker Thomas. He either had a really fast stop.
No, he had
4 tires, really fast stop. That's awesome.
Yeah, just under 10 seconds. That's a
9.9.
smoking fast time.
So Andrew Pileshi and Justin Lewis
2 tires.
Taking the gamble on 2 tires. See how that works out for them. I have a feeling Walker Thomas with 4 tires is going to probably make quick work of Andrew Pileshi. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened.
All right, that puts Andrew Pileshi on the front row with Walker Thomas. Andrew Pileshi is the control car, and this race will restart on him. Roberto Ramirez will get a wave around. Just how that played out, but not a lap back. I think Nathan Yarnell did get a lap back on that.
John Ledger, somehow we just talked about him being the lucky dog candidate, and now all of a sudden he's 4 laps down. So
he's retired.
He got involved. Oh, did he?
Yeah. All right, pace car
involved.
Drops off, restart zone, and back underway here with just 20 laps to go. Little 20-lap shootout here in New Hampshire.
Andrew Pileshi with a big jump. Yeah, Walker Thomas falls back to third, but then makes his way back up to second. Justin Lewis cut the corner down there. Oh, Justin Lewis making a run for it there.
Oh, and spins out right
in
front of the leaders.
Work. Got into that corner too hot. Keeps it off. Up there's the caution.
Brings out our 7th caution of the night.
That did not work out the way he was hoping it would.
Nope, it did not. It may play out for Nathan Yarnell. I think he will get his lap back and wind up on the lead lap.
Yeah. Puts Ty Leclerc back up in third. It's going to give him a shot. It's probably what do we have?
This is actually so good for Andrew Pileshi. It's so hard to beat the guy who's leading and who's the control car on these restarts.
Oh, yeah. He had a great jump on that last restart.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now we were 20 laps then. By the time we go back to green flag here, will be, 14 laps or so.
Yeah.
And you'll need at least 3 to 4 laps to challenge him. So that gets you down to 10. So this could be a huge opportunity for the 91.
Yeah, absolutely could. And Walker Thomas has to be careful in that number 1 Toyota. He does not want to jump the restart. He wants to get the best jump that he can, but he cannot jump the leader or he's going to get a penalty, and then his race is done as far as being in contention for a good spot. So he's got to play it smart and trust that he's going to get some green flag laps here and have the opportunity to make a run on Andrew Pileshi.
Yeah, Pileshi came in second in the stage. That's 9 points. Add to that a good win, which is a huge points advantage. That would definitely help him as we get closer to the chase.
Absolutely, it would. He's currently in 5th in the chase right now, but those bonus points, he's about 60 points behind Matthew Wood, 65. So
Matthew Wood
he may not make up. It put him pretty close, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he'll get closer, but Matthew Wood was 4th in the stage, and right now is sitting 6th right now. So
So he'll gain some on him, maybe not enough, but you don't gain all those points overnight. You've got to just consistently as we go back to green flag racing.
The big challenge here is Jared Wishon, who has not had a good night. He's currently sitting in 17th position.
Looked like Brian Jones made a huge run there. Oh, now he's going backwards.
Big jump by the 91 there, but a little bit of contact with the 88. That's Calvin Allison. He's in the wall. Calvin's in the wall. That's the 88 now. That brings out our 8th caution of the night.
Walker Thomas did not want to see that.
No, with 13 laps to go. That's going to put us getting back to green flag racing with, good golly, 8 laps to go.
Oh, my. Walker Thomas is not liking that. Calvin Allison drove it in so deep into that corner.
You can see he's got some front damage
what happened there, but that puts him at the end of the lead lap. Watch this 88. Look at that overtake, and then he loses it. Gets a little loose on the going in.
I think the 85 lost it, and was locking it up. And unfortunately, the 88 did
Yeah,
everything he could to avoid hitting him and
yeah,
took himself out.
man. Shame for him. That's shame for Calvin Austin. He's in the pits right now getting a little repair work done. We'll see if he can get back out quickly.
Yeah, Calvin Allison has had a great night tonight.
He's not going to have enough time left to get a lot of positions back.
Number of drivers in the pits: Nathan Yarnell, Calvin Allison, the 17 of Jared Wishin, also in the pits. Roberto Ramirez there as well. Number of drivers trying to get some repairs made with just 10 or so laps left.
Yeah, Calvin Austin on his way back out now. He'll stay on the lead lap. And it looks like anybody else coming out is going to go down. So he's going to be, I'm going to guess he's going to be the last car on the lead lap. Well, Nathan Yarnell may have beat the pace car. So, yeah, we're down to rug cutting time now for Andrew Paleschi, Walker Thomas, and Ty Leclerc. All three cars having a great night tonight. Walker Thomas really in control of this race most of the night until late here at the end with this rash of caution flags has worked against him. We'll see if he's got the car and the chops to get it done. Here's we go back to green.
All right, Andrew Paleschi takes that opportunity to jump out front as he does. See Walker Thomas right there. He's got on his tail, though, the 33 of Tyler Leclerc and the 85 of Zach Lindgren, both battling for that third place spot. Caution flies again. Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Brown is involved.
We talked early on about how the early restarts were very tame. And you've seen here, we get to the end and it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, looking here at the 46, that's that orange car right there in the middle, gets a tap on the left rear. That is by Christopher Howell, and that sends him spinning. No real damage there. That is right at the exit of pit road.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they threw the caution, but he was almost stopped.
Well, if you're Andrew Paleschi, you're like, whoo, that's a good thing for me.
Yeah. And if you're Walker Thomas, you're saying a few words that we won't repeat on here.
You are correct, sir.
Ty Leclerc also did not want to see that, I don't think. He had a good run going there. And now he's going to have to do it all over again with fewer laps. Right now we've got 8 laps to go. By the time they come back to green, what will we have, 6 maybe?
Yeah, I think we're going to wind up with 6 laps to go or so.
That's still enough time to make it a race.
Well,
if we can stay green.
Yeah, you're going to have to go for it.
Yeah. Walker Thomas is going to find himself in the unenviable position of having to push this restart maybe a little more than he'd like to. He cannot afford to get left behind and let Andrew Paleschi get out to a good jump.
All right, lights are off on the pace car as we will go green next time by. The cars are on the back stretch right now. Andrew Pleshy is in charge of this restart and in charge of his own destiny. He'll take that green flag at lap 145 with just 6 laps to go. Of course, he'll have to the outside Walker Thomas, and behind him 2 drivers who have been really the biggest movers so far is Zach Lindgren in the 85 and Ty Leclerc in the 33. Those guys, respectively, 14 and 17 positions improved since qualifying.
And find themselves up there battling against each other.
Here we go. Green flag flies. Paleshi out in front, but already the one of Walker Thomas is right there in his door.
Man, great. Everybody with a great restart. You see Ty Leclerc
3
down
wide,
there.
3 wide, second row.
Ty Leclerc using that apron to his advantage. That lets Andrew Paleshi get out to a good lead. Bumps Walker Thomas back to 4th.
Oh,
man.
Spinning him back. The 46 and the 7
man.
goes around. Caution's going to fly again.
You hear us say it probably almost every week. There's a lot of give and take in these races, and the give is always at the front of the race, and the take is always at the end. And you see the result of a lot of guys trying to take. They're trying to take one more spot. Here we see the replay.
See the 46 down there in the middle. The 7 is on the high line. The 46, let's go back.
Yeah, it comes up. Just pushes up towards the wall. Can't tell. There's no way that was intentional, but he just looks like he couldn't get the car to turn.
See, the 7's just doing his. The 7 gets a little loose.
Oh, a little loose. That amplified it.
But the 46 still came up.
Yeah.
So the 7's like right there in the lane. He's a little loose right there, but the 46 is just driving up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I'd have a talk with the driver of the 46.
Yeah, I think he was expecting the 7 to continue that arc up to the wall. And,
and the 7th was
happened.
The 7 of Justin Lewis was just disqualified.
Ooh.
There must have been something in the race chatter or something.
Yeah.
But the admins have stepped in and DQ'd the 7.
That's interesting.
I think he was disqualified on incident points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one thing we don't talk about because we don't see it that often in these races. But the league determines how many incident points you can have, and you'll get incident points for contact with another car, contact with the wall, loss of control, things like that. And once you exceed that limit, it might be anywhere from 15 to 20 incident points in a race. You are automatically DQ'd.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if it was incident points or just incident itself. I think it was a 2 strikes rule or something that the admins had stepped in on. But unfortunately, that's the end of tonight's race for the 7. But that being said, we've got just a couple laps left here. I'm assuming we're going to go to a green. We'll go green next time. Well, we may not. This may just be a restart. And if we can get it in, then we'll finish the race. If we can't, because we're going to go green at lap 50.
Yeah, and unfortunately, boy, Walker Thomas, who's had such a great night tonight, finds himself in the 4th position, which means he's on the outside of row 2, which is going to be probably the toughest position to make his way to the front.
No, this was just extended. It is a green-white checker.
Okay. Yep. That still leaves Walker Thomas in that unenviable spot of being in fourth and having a tough battle to make his way up to the front. The way Andrew Paleshi's been handling these restarts, he's going to find it very difficult. Ty Leclerc also on the outside there, have a little bit of a battle. Zach Lindgren is in third, but he's got the advantage of being able to be right on the rear bumper of the 91 as he takes the green flag. The 33 of Ty Leclerc has been using that apron a lot, and he can't do that from the outside. Here we go.
Green flag flies in our green-white checker.
Great restart by Andrew Paleshi. 33
trying to
make it up.
Yeah, 33 dives down low. That puts the
man. He is pedal to the metal. Look at
watch
that.
This. Oh, contact with the with the 91 as we work our way back.
Really deep.
Can we get there? White flag flies. Next time by, we'll call the winner here. But the 33 gets the nose out in front. But right there is Paleshi and Thomas.
Oh, yeah. 33 gets down on the apron. Oh!
They're spinning behind.
On the white lap. Yep. They're going to finish the race under green, it looks like.
Oh, the 91 has used up his stuff.
Yeah. Pushed up into that outside wall.
He's in the wall.
33.
Oh my gosh, that puts, look, I think Tyler Leclerc out in front. Walker Thomas and Matthew Wood will end up being our top three.
Wow. What a finish. Man, that was exciting.
And Tyler Leclerc in IWM League fashion turns his fastest lap on that last lap.
That was the one to have it on, and boy, you could see him. He used the old 8 tires are better than 4 on that one corner, and then just used that apron to his advantage, and that low line was able to get the power on quickly coming off that turn 4 and push his way to victory.
All right, Tyler Leclerc is the winner tonight, and while he enjoys his burnout, let's go to our stats and our results.
Well, there you see it. Tyler Leclerc, he's the hard charger of the night, gaining 20 positions. That's almost unheard of. 20 positions to win the race, plus he runs the fastest lap, and he's the winner. That's just an amazing night for him. Walker Thomas finishes with the most laps led and being our pole winner for tonight. So great job by both of those drivers, along with Matthew Wood, who finished in 3rd spot.
All right, Andrew Paleshi finishes in 4th with Zach Lindgren in 5th. Brian Jones in 6th with Jordan Weaver in 7th. Christopher Howell in 8th with Aaron Jackson in 9th. Calvin Allison finishes in 10th.
Casey Heschel's in 11th, Nathan Yarnell 12th, then followed by Maxwell Caldwell, Jeremy Brown, Brad Peters, Jared Wishon, David Watts, Roberto Ramirez, J.R. Houston, and John Ledger in 20th.
Rounding out our finish, you got Michael Anthony in 21st with Justin Lewis in 22nd and Aiden Kirker in 23rd. All right, with
Pretty
that,
exciting.
Yeah, it's just a great race.
We'll take a few minutes here and get ready and bring our top 3 drivers to you and get their take on everything that happened tonight.
Yeah, with that, we'll move Matthew Wood into the broadcast booth. Matthew, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, man. It's where you started, but man, you can look at that data chart. You've had a challenging night.
That's an understatement. I mean, that's just about as worse as any roller coaster you'll ever see. I've never particularly liked this racetrack. I just don't feel like I've connected with it. I found some really good pace there at the end of the run. But of course, I had to get into the back of whoever it was and spin him out. I forget who I even spun out by this point, but spun him out. He spins. I get sent to the back, of course. That's after my screen freezes and I wreck under yellow, so that was incredible. I'm coming up to the field. I'm coming up. Those cars are getting huge. I'm not even paying attention. I look up. The engine sounds weird. I'm like, that sounds weird. The screen's frozen. I bang it down into first and pray. I was like, I really hope I just went into the grass and not into the back of somebody. So now I'm back to the back again. Wreck. I forget. I still forget who I wrecked, but I wreck him. Go to the back again. Get back up to the front. Cautions come out. Can't get a green flag run. Finally do. I thought we were still 3, and I'd overdrove it off of 4, and I thought that I was about to kill Walker. I'm not going to lie to you. My heart sunk, and I also got into it with the 41. I was screaming over the radio that I'd locked up. Tried to apologize. He did not accept that apology and almost absolutely wrecked me into turn 1. So sorry to him. He's probably still very upset. I guess you can't be friends with everybody. But
one of the things I noticed, Matthew, is when you look at that chart, at least your big issues were at the front end of the race. That gave you time. You can see in that lap 50 to 100, you slowly work your way back up to the front again. And then a few little incidents here and there at the end, but somehow managed to hang on to that third spot. Great job.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I would have had a little something for Walker there on the long run if I wouldn't have been a big dum-dum sucker. But yeah, heading to Daytona next week. The Jack Shack and Outlier, we have an unbelievable, and I mean just unbelievable super speedway program. So I think if we can go into there next week and just not cause an accident like I've proceeded to do like every single week I've been here, I think I'll have a great shot at winning. So again, thank you to Outlier, thank you to you guys and everybody that's put this on. Don't know where Kyle was today, but I'm not going to eat into his points lead. I missed too many races to do that. So now we're just looking to the playoffs and got to be consistent in the playoffs. Back to high school again, senior year. So busy with that. Got bags under my eyes as always because I don't sleep. It's only going to get worse as I grow up. So just going to have to deal with it.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish. We'll see you next week in Daytona.
All right, God bless everybody.
Yeah, that's Matthew Wood finishing in third place. Let's go ahead and talk to Walker Thomas. I'm a little bit, I feel Walker. I don't know how to approach this interview, man. You led so many laps.
Yeah, it stings a little bit, but what can you do about it?
Chips fall where they may, I guess. Yep.
Yeah. Cautions happen. When they happen, nothing you can really do about it. I could have tried to take 2 on the pit stop and tried to keep the lead, but is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, your pit stop there, Walker, was I think one of the fastest, if not the fastest of the night, even as far as 4-tire stops. You were under 10 seconds. So I don't know if you would have gained much on that by only taking 2.
Yeah, we had it as I think we had it as a 9.92. It was a smoking pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was shocked I came out second. I thought more people probably would risk it. 2 tires, I mean, we've had this conversation before, Rick. It sometimes works great. Other times, like last week, it didn't really work out so great. So I probably was more on the side of caution too. I didn't feel like I needed to take a risk to try to get up front or anything. I felt like I was the car to beat. So make that call. I'll take 4 and hopefully we'd run green, which didn't happen. So like I said, just is what it is. Sucks, but we'll keep moving.
Yep. Still in great shape points wise. So we'll see you. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, as always, diecast fans for being on the car. I'm actually not going to be here next week. We'll be traveling across the pond to the UK. So congrats to Kyle for locking up the regular season championship, even though he wasn't able to make it tonight. So actually thinking of the guys down there, it sounds like they had a pretty bad storm roll through and knocked his power out. But so shout out to those guys. And yeah, as always, shout out to my balls out teammates. I think got a pretty good sized lead in the team points and hopefully added that a little bit tonight. We'll see how it all shook out, but yeah, appreciate you guys.
You got it. All right, that's Walker Thomas finishing in second. And with that, let's go ahead and grab Mr. Leclerc and move Ty Leclerc into the broadcast booth. Ty, congratulations on the win. Holy cow. You had a strong car tonight.
Yeah. I mean, if it went green, there was no chance. I probably would have finished third, truthfully. I saw the caution, I got excited. So, but yeah, I mean, Walker was on rails under the green flag runs. I couldn't figure out what he was doing in the middle of the track to get it to turn. So I was just trying to run the apron to get it to turn. But yeah, I think I got lucky on some of them restarts. And yeah, it just ended up panning out that we were in a good position on that last one and be able to capitalize.
Yeah, there's
Ty,
go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say, Ty, you mastered the use of the apron on exit tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just unbelievable, the jump that you could get off of that. But really, that last lap, you pushed it. That was your fastest lap of the race. It was also the fastest lap of the race. And I mean, you won that race. You got yourself there the whole way through the race, but that last lap, that's what won you the race, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the apron to me felt like, yeah, maybe I was sacrificing a little bit on entry and center, but the drive off was almost evening out a little bit. So, you know, I in my head was thinking it might wear tires a little bit less. That was why I pit early to try to jump Walker a little bit. Obviously, that didn't work. But, you know, give it a try, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, just can't say enough for my teammates from Elite. You know, they were able to get me a spot with my own car. Obviously, I had been driving other people's cars just about all year. And, yeah, having fun.
Well, congratulations on your win. Any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Janie Welding Fabrication, obviously Elite Motorsports, you know, all the league guys for doing what they do. You know, we appreciate it a lot as a driver. And, yeah, hopefully, I think I'm driving somebody else's car next week, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. All right. Well, there's your winner tonight here in New Hampshire. Ty Leclerc brings home the victory here with just one race to go before the chase. All right. Again, thank you, Tyler. Jeff, any final thoughts?
My final thought was that is about as good as a short track race can get. You know, sometimes we have caution fests on short tracks. Sometimes we have long green flag runs with very little cautions. Tonight we had a great balance, and they spread the cautions out. You know, a few at the beginning and a few at the end. Well, several at the end, if you want to be truthful. But it just made the race so exciting, and we didn't know till the last lap, the end of the last lap, who the winner was going to be. So to me, that's what makes racing exciting, is the unknown. And these guys just did a great job with the show tonight, and just exciting. I'm glad to be a part of this one.
All right. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight to the IWM race here at New Hampshire in the Dollar Tree 151, won by Ty Leclerc. Tonight, we will see you tomorrow night if you tune in to the Thursday night broadcast of the INRS Series. You'll have both Jeff and myself back. We'll be in Daytona with those drivers as they wrap up their regular season. And next week, we will bring you two events. One will be the IWM event at Daytona, and then we'll start the chase on Thursday for the INRS Racing Series. But Jeff, I think that's it. Good night, folks, and we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night.